Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. And nobody knows we're live down here. That's what this is. Like that's what recording this series is. No one knows that we're doing this. Nobody. This is episode 80 fucking 9. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. I didn't check. Taking aim. Complete anchor points. Well.
Complete anchor points.
Won't find it. That was. Oh, you want to let's change the difficulty. Let's do this. We're gonna put it on brutal difficulty. Mark, you ready for this?
Okay.
What can you see the numbers?
No, but
Do you know what number brutal is?
no.
6. Yo, Dr. Pym. I hear you've got news about our tachyon situation?
Yo, Dr. Pym, what's going on, my guy? How you doing out here in the streets?
Is that what you Dr. Pym to sound like?
That wasn't Dr. Pym. That was Kate.
Oh.
Nice, I hope. Spain.
She's a black dude from New York in the 80s. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
To an AIM black site near a hydro dam in Siberia.
How you like me now?
I like it.
Cool
So
Maldives,
if
those
we
that don't
shut
know.
down this facility, does that mean we'll stop all these time disruptions from happening?
It sounds like people are whispering in the other room. Like the audio is so low on my end.
All right, recon it is. You, sure you want me leading this, Cap?
You know more about
Are
this
you sure you want me
situation
leading
than
this, Cap? I'm just a girl after all.
And if
My
you're ever
vagina
not sure
might
what to
get
do,
in the way.
Just listen to your instincts. They've
I
served
might
you well.
trip
I like
over
that.
my vagina.
Means a lot.
I don't know if you remember that fucking creepypasta about the girls who
Yeah,
girls
with the
whose
lips.
just-
Yeah.
I think about that from time to time, and I'm just like, that feels like a fever dream. Like it feels like that's something that I dreamed happened, but it was real.
No, that was a
That was
real
a that was
creepypasta
a real
that
story
someone
that
took.
somebody
Not
wrote.
only someone wrote, but someone took their time out of their day to record a audio rendition of.
Oh, you've not played as her yet. Oh my lord, this is going to be awful.
I love it.
You're gonna level up though. It's on brutal difficulty. How you like me now? Captain America! Look at me!
Approaching the
I'm the
You have a
captain!
plan, Kate?
I just figured we'd
Our
wing
Captain
it.
America is black. Did you have you don't have Peacock, do you?
Have a little faith. Okay,
Peacock?
we take out
No.
the comm tower
Yeah.
first, then sneak in.
No, I didn't.
Inspect their
Twisted Metal is
safety
pretty good.
regulations.
Like it's surprisingly good.
I've only seen
Like
like clips of fucking Sweet Tooth
Scene.
talking to the camera.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the scene in the casino
Yeah,
where he was
where it's-
singing Thong Song, yeah, that made me not want to watch the show because in and of itself it was so incredibly cringy. I just was like, no, I'm good. But no, the show is pretty good. Anthony Mackie does a pretty good job. Stephanie Beatriz does a really good job. There's a lot of people in the show. The amount of references to different aspects of the Twisted Metal universe, though, were ridiculous.
Look at the sky.
Like there's enough references in the show where if you've never played at least 4 of the titles,
What am I looking at?
like if you don't know what Twisted Metal, like in the very first episode,
More like
there's a scene where John Doe, which if I'm not mistaken is not a character they made for the show. I'm pretty sure there is a character, there is a character named John Doe, And I think he does drive a car called
There's a
Roadkill.
communications array nearby. If we can disable it, we'll have a short window where aim will be blind.
It didn't take us nearly as long this time to start the episode. Did you die already?
No, there's just lightning everywhere. Which is the
Is it
Tachyon
making
storm.
you?
The closer you get
Is
to
it
the
making you
origin
run slow?
point, the stronger the disruptions get. They're
Okay, it's
radiating
making
out of
me
that
run
place
slow.
like waves. Listen, be careful down there. Tachyon exposure isn't usually lethal.
But yeah, like in the very first
I've never
episode,
encountered levels like
spoiler
this.
alert, like
the
skip ahead to
communication
like
array.
the next episode
Those guards call for
or
backup.
whatever,
We're
because I don't know when
toast.
I'm gonna stop talking about
I
it.
can jam a signal long enough for you to destroy the array.
Where he's
Just be
driving
quick.
through a mall
You got it, Doc.
and he crashes into something, and it's a UK version. Because I don't know if you've seen like the old like the original PS1 game cases. Because in America, you know, we got those jewel cases, right? Like the hard plastic joints. Yeah, it's not they weren't like that across the world. Like some people got like these nice like papery ones or like DVD style cases. Yeah, and so like one of those, like a box of the original Twisted Metal, like flies across his windshield. Well, it doesn't fly, but it like slides across his windshield. And I was just like, that's all I had in me. I was like, hey, come here. I was like, because I had to rewind it because like I wasn't looking because that's how I watch TV. And I remember like I saw that he like looked at the way he looked at the windshield. I was like, so something went across his windshield. Like, was it like a game case or something? And it was. It was like the original Twisted Metal. Yeah, it's not bad. But you know what it makes? What it does is it makes me want more like regular Twisted Metal. Like as cool as the show is, it really just makes me want to like do like a YouTube like search for like Twisted Metal videos of like, you know, lore behind the game series and stuff like that. All right, let's open this other one over here. Where you going, man? Don't worry about it. Oh, we can do this one. I can't. I don't know what's going on with my controller. Tachyon storm. See, what he didn't know is he was helping.
Oh god.
Last one. Let's get to that aim
All
facility.
right, time to get to that aim
This is
facility.
Seems AIM security is already on high alert.
What?
Have you seen the
I thought we had to drop
devices
one.
that allow people to control the weather?
They don't know you're here.
In
Somebody
real
else
life?
must have tripped
Yes.
their sensors.
No, I do not live in the Twilight
Spotting
Zone.
several AIM patrols
They are
That's hard.
very
blocking your
expensive.
path to the facility.
Not for
Define
And very-
control the weather.
As in they can like produce clouds that can like make storms.
Ah, okay, so it alters the weather, but it doesn't control it. Because I'm thinking, like, you can't control the weather. You can't make a hot day cold. You can cause precipitation. And I'm assuming that this is not something that people
Usually
can't have,
high alerts.
like organizations can have.
Yeah, like you as a private person cannot just say, no matter how much money you have, you can't just be like, hey, can I get one of those cloud makers?
That's
Because
cool.
it's a very large facility.
Because every day we stray further from God. Like we do every single fucking day. We stray further and further from the Lord.
Anything that man can
we are-
find that will allow him to control that which is uncontrollable, like makes them happy.
Yeah. As a Christian man, as a man who believes in, oh man, Mark, get ready to like
Got other problems tonight.
be hated on the internet.
Someone took down that thing and I'm
Well, you
pretty
already
sure
hated
it
because you're out here
was
lying about your
If you can
marital
clear them
status.
out, I'll be able to
I'm not lying about anything. It's on my page.
My arm.
That's lying, Mark. Not the same as telling the truth. I am a firm believer. I believe in God. I believe in God for the simple fact that there's no reason not. And for those who say, like, well, I believe in a higher power, get fucked. Just say you believe in God. Like, we're not saying that that's his name. We're saying that's his title. Like, what is God's name? Who cares?
Which I'll even go the extra step. Like, even if you, like, don't believe in the Christian God and you believe in something else, don't say higher power. Just say you believe in Thor or, I don't know, Odin or something. Like, just be honest about what you actually believe in.
But in most cases, the reason they say this is because they don't believe in anything. They don't know what they believe in. But the thing is, I believe, like, for those who say, like, well, I believe in creationism, or I believe in evolution, I'm a firm believer that the two things go hand in hand. Like, I don't understand why the people who believe in one can't say, like, I think the two things go hand in hand. Because I believe that the God, the one true creator of all that exists, the idea that he could create people, but he couldn't give, oh, you ready, y'all? God gave us the ability to get an erection.
This big guy
Shove that erection inside of a wet pocket.
Intercept some escaped prisoners.
And, like, you not just, like, put it in there and, like, sneeze. But you get in there and then you got to do work. And then your baby batter shoots out into this woman's womb. And then, like, not only is it, like, necessary, but it's fun. Like, it's fun. Like, you can jack off at home by yourself. Like, busting nuts feels great. He gave us that ability. He was like, yeah, I'm going to need y'all to do this. Like, to make more people. I think the idea of that alone. Like, not to mention, like, we can't fuck another species. We can't, we cannot have sex with another species and create another, like, creature. We can't do that. But the idea that he would create, like, something out of the gate. Like, he's like, I made this thing. Like, the fact that he couldn't give it the ability to be better at what it, like, be better is insanity to me. Like, where we evolved from, like, monkeys. And people are like, that's offensive. I ain't evolved from no goddamn monkey. Well, no, you didn't, you piece of shit. You evolved from a nutsack. I'm saying, like, a long time ago, people weren't people.
Yeah, they started off as monkey. Like, they didn't even start off as monkeys. We started off as like
sea creatures.
Yeah, tiny little single cell thingies that ate each other until they got big enough to walk on land.
Yeah, like we over time, and it's like like the idea of like, well, if we evolved from monkeys, why are monkeys still around?
Mutations.
It's because monkeys. Some of us evolved from monkeys.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's the thing: if you don't understand how it works, when your Charmander evolves into a Charizard, every Charmander doesn't cease to exist.
Yes.
Like, as a matter of fact, Charmeleons still exist. There's like some of us evolved, and all it took was a few of us to evolve and then reproduce, and those genes or whatever that like remained evolved, like created more of us.
Because it's the reason that like dinosaurs like technically are like
turned into chickens.
They turned into chickens and they turned into lizards. Like they went two different ways. Like it splits sometimes.
And if you don't believe that's real, if you think that's dumb, have you seen a fucking giraffe? Just on paper, have you seen a giraffe? It's the dumbest looking giraffes are stupid.
If you tried to if you like as like an ye olde time person were described a unicorn and then described a giraffe.
A giraffe, which makes the most sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see a horse with a horn, but like a leopard, like giant horse.
Okay, so me and you both so we both saw the same bit.
Yeah.
That's what happened here. Me and Mark both saw the same short. Is he started spitting it like word for word, and I was like, yeah, he's seen it. Okay, cool. I was like, yeah. Like, cause to be fair, like it's a unicorn. It's a horse with a horn. That's dumb, is it? Well, what about rhinos? Fucking narwhals. Actually, did y'all know that a narwhal does not have a horn? It is a tooth that grows out of its head.
Which is disturbing.
I didn't know. Yeah, I mean the narwhal doesn't seem to be bothered, but yeah. Oh, my ass hurts.
I'm not even touching that keyboard. I was just waving my fingies in front of it.
Oh. That's how typing works. That ain't how you type. That's how I type.
Find anything unusual in their system, Jarvis? I'm detecting
Also,
highly concentrated energy
completely
signatures
unrelated
at the
again.
very bottom
That's
of
going
the
to keep
facility.
happening throughout
Sounds like our
the night.
tacky on target. It would be at the
The more I learn about the behind the scenes of Pit My Ride, the more I
You're
don't
wondering
wanna
why
know.
was it still on TV?
Yeah, that too.
Whoa. Things are not okay.
Here's the thing, though. I think that everybody needs to realize one or two things. Well, it's at least one or two things. Television as a whole is not interested in bringing you honesty. It is interested in entertaining you. That's all it is.
It's all it's interested in is being entertaining as possible, whether that comes at exploitation or like defamation. It doesn't matter as long as you are entertaining. They are getting money.
Even if it's misinformation, they don't care. And if you're like, well, that's not true. Like, have you ever seen Toddlers and Tiaras? The entire concept of that show is, first off, beauty pageants as a whole are fucking weird. It is the weirdest. It seems like, it honestly just seems like pedophiles found a way to make what they're into not that strange.
That does it.
And like it's proof that like if you give parents money, they will let you do whatever you want to their kids. Mark. Bye. You walk right past it.
I did.
Like yeah, like because like the amount of I remember seeing shows where they would let kids swear, and I was like, what parent was like approached by some studio exec and was like, we want your kid to come on in our movie and say like, suck my titties, bitch. And some was like, we're gonna give you $1,000 to let him say that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like,
I'll give you $100 if you pull your titties out.
Fish in a barrel.
I don't even know if that was just you just like openly acknowledging what you need right now. I was like, that what that was? Like, you just really want to see some titties?
There's a specific scene in the movie that does.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because you live with some titties. And, like, if you paying to still see them, I need to talk to you. Like you pay for sex no matter what you do. But, like, if you are actively giving real world money to somebody you live with to see their titties, we need to have a talk. Like, I might keep my mouth closed about a lot of things, but I'm going to have to tell you about yourself with that one. I'm embarrassed for both of us.
In this hypothetical scenario.
Yes. But yeah, TV doesn't give a fuck about telling you the truth. Like, it doesn't need to tell you the truth. It needs to entertain you. And honestly, if you find yourself watching something like because Pimp My Ride, well, like reality TV is not reality. None of it's based on reality. If you've ever seen something like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they're not doing stuff every day. Like, if you watch that show, it would make it seem like they're only rich by, there's another chest up here. Like, they're rich by chance. Like, because according to the show, these motherfuckers go on trips and stuff all the goddamn time. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to earn money. They're just sitting around in the house being stupid bitches. I know you're talking about the Kardashians. These white women that I don't know and do not know me. Okay. I will defend them because they are me and I am them. You fucking cunt.
You're up, Kate.
That exosuit won't save
They are me and I am them.
Target spotted.
Jigga jigga, that nigga jigga. Oh, I do not like that move at all. What heroic action. Kate has the worst of all the things. The Great Kate Bishop. So here's the thing. You have to deal a certain amount of damage to do the Great Kate Bishop thing. Are you getting credit for this? Like, are you getting this done?
Hey, Jarvis?
Which part?
I got the keys.
Like, everything that we're doing, like, right now.
Yeah, I'm progressing in my storyline, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that shit ain't real, man. Like, reality TV is not reality. Reality TV is
The
it's
illusion of reality.
it's the wild part about it is like it's really all designed to make you want their lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's designed to make you feel like shit. My cousin told me this stuff like 7 or so years ago. She's like the reality is like she said this like I didn't know it. Like I'm not dumb, but like bless her for like trying to like spit game to a youngin. Like the reality is like social media is a snapshot of somebody's life.
Sit. You ready?
Is a snapshot of a life.
Same.
Like, do you remember Mark a couple of months back, or probably like earlier this year, probably last year? I sent you a screenshot from a movie that showed Kenan Thompson's face next to a titty.
Mm-hmm.
That is a snapshot from that movie. That is not the movie. Like, it's not the whole movie. Kenan is like one of the main actors in the movie, but the movie is not exclusively about titties.
We don't know what we're gonna find in there. Tim, how about
It's not. It ain't. Like, that's the one scene in the movie where, like, there's, like, other scenes in the movie where there is sex or, like, sexual, like, tension. But I forgot that there, like, Kate has, like, an explosive arrow thing.
Let's move.
You might not have it yet. I think you have to unlock it.
No, I do. I have the scatter and the explosives.
It's like, so, like, when you go to, like, somebody's, like, Instagram or whatever, people want you to see the cool things they're doing. But they don't show you, like the menstrual cramps. They don't show you the money problems. They don't show you the anxiety. They don't show you the stress. They don't show you, like, the bad relationship they have with their dad. They don't show you that moment that their piano teacher touched them inappropriately.
They don't talk about those things unless they're a normal person, and then they never show you anything else.
Yeah, because normal people will tell you all the fucked up stuff.
Deal's a deal. I'll do my part.
It's like, yeah, they don't show you the, they don't tell you about the time they were in the back of an Uber completely wasted and they shit their pants and then tried to run out of the Uber without paying, which was dumb because it's on the phone. Is that Monica Rappaccini?
Fall back.
And that's the end of the mission. Is that the end of the mission? Yeah, it is. We gotta build a bridge. Oh, we gotta go to the anthill. Gotta blah 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 blah.
Why didn't we destroy that thing when we had the chance?
Choo blah blah choo blah blah choo blah.
He'd be working with Mom.
I don't care nothing about it.
No, Clint.
Choo blah blah choo blah blah choo blah.
And we need to figure out what it is.
That's a
before we
reference
start
for
wrecking
nobody but
things.
me.
Let's get to the anthill.
Reactive gravitron payload. Reflexive inspiration. Shroud enhancer. Actually, is this better than what I'm currently wearing? Reduces the reaction severity of enemy attacks. Okay, what does this do? Choo blah blah, choo blah blah, choo blah. Yeah, huh. Yeah, let's wear that. Oh, I was trying to. It was that I was trying to do. Does it matter? It doesn't. We're out of here. All right, Mark, we're gonna leave. Get your shoes on.
No.
Oh, you're beautiful. I want you to know. Is that a nut? What is this? Oh, it's not. Ah.
It pays to share your opinion.
You ever had corn nuts?
Yeah, I love corn nuts.
There ain't a way in this world to get bad breath faster.
Yeah. Because I hope that like whoever you are with enjoys the smell of corn nuts because
It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Bought a thing of corn nuts from Amazon a couple last week, like a 10-pack for like $10. Really good. All right, y'all. That's the end of the episode. Num 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 num. I hope you had a good time talking about stuff. Oh, before I get out of here, to wrap up what I was saying earlier, I'm a firm believer. Although I do believe in God and I believe in the story of Jesus Christ. I don't believe that the stories in the Bible are verbatim. I don't think what they are. I do not believe that they are. How do I put this? They are not like one-to-one recreations. They're not telling you a story that actually happened. You understand what I'm saying? I think that the stories in the Bible, all of them, the entire Bible, is really just they're fables. And I told this to my mom, and she was like, people would be very angry if they heard you talking right now. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Because I come from a very religious family. And and I'm not saying that God isn't real. I'm a firm believer that God's real. There's something up there that put all this together. It had to be. Like, we're not that good. But what I'm saying is, like, I think a very long time ago, once people evolved to be able to create paper, writing utensils, once people were able to, like, share their thoughts, I think what happened was there was somebody, for as long as there have been empaths, there's also been assholes. And I think many, many, many years ago, before, like, in a land where they didn't speak the King's English, somebody with a big heart was like, I'm sick of these assholes. And so he wrote stories to convey why it's not cool to be an asshole. And the people were dumb. Like, he was a very intelligent person, and the people that were reading these stories were stupid. They thought that these were recounts of things that actually happened. And they were like, so he wrote fables, he wrote stories. And so the idea of these lakes of fire and this afterlife of beauty, if you do right, like, spread across, like, it spread like wildfire. And it went from being a good idea to just be a nice person to being a religion, which is where it kind of like falls apart. Like, it being a religious thing is where it just kind of fucked up. And, like, I've had many people tell me they're surprised that I believed in God or that I was a Christian in general. Some of them is like, yeah, I don't necessarily like. It's very strange. Some people act as if they think I'm a demon, as if I'm a monster. I've had people who I've treated very nice, like, talk to me as if they think I'm a crazy, demonic person, like, that I believe, like, if anything, I follow Satan or whatever the fuck. But then I've had people who thought, like, I spoke so intelligently that I wouldn't believe in organized religion, which is fucking stupid. Because Shaq is a relatively smart guy, and he believes the Earth is flat. Yeah, I don't believe it. Get out of here, Shaq. And if you find that offensive, like, hey, comments are there for a reason. Let's talk about it. Why do you believe 100% that, like, Jesus was murdered and then brought back to life, and that a burning bush told a dude to do some things? And why do you follow blind? Like, and it's like, well, if God's real, then why are bad things happening? And I want to explain. I'm gonna say this in the only way I can explain it, and then we're gonna leave because it's not even 30 minutes. We're good. To God, a being of omnipotent power, and effectively has been around forever. The concept of how we perceive time is merely an inconvenience to him. A lot of people say, well, time isn't real, it's an illusion. Time is not an illusion, it's a measurement. It is a measurement of growth and change. That is how we measure time. Like, that's kind of what it is. As every day that goes by, things change and they grow. And we measure how fast they're growing by the cycles of the sun and the moon. And that is where we get time from. But to somebody who doesn't see time the way we do, for us, spending 12 years with cancer to a being that doesn't perceive time the way you do is nothing. It's a blip. It's when you're like,
you will spend more time dead. As a matter of fact, here's some shit that'll fuck you up. There are people who will be born, who have been born recently, who have spent more time not alive than they have alive. And when they die, they will have spent more time dead than they did alive or unalive. You know, pre-birth, I mean. Like, the chemicals that made you have been floating around for eons. Everything that, like, a man has to eat or a woman has to eat for his semen and his sperm to be created and for her, like, eggs to be fertile or whatever, all that shit's been here for forever. Everything that makes you who you are was already here. It just had to bump into each other. That's it. So yes, I believe that there's a power, there's a being that created all of this because it makes it easier to process. But I do not believe that the book that was written about his exploits or those of his zombie son are meant to be taken at face value. You're supposed to, like, understand it, like, hey, don't be a bitch. That's it. Don't be a hoe. Don't fuck your neighbor's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all really believe that somebody out there talking to a burning bush? And if that's all real, if all of that's real, why did it stop once we were able to truly record history? If that's the case. Once we were able to, like, create evidence, photographs, videos, like voice recordings, once all of that became a thing, everything normalized. David Blaine levitates, but we ain't got nobody talking to burning bushes. So, you know, that's how I look at it. No, I thank the Lord every day for letting me, for giving me the mind to rhyme and 2 hype feet. Get out.